minus cosine theta over theta as theta approaches to 0 is 0. This is a continuation of our previous video. The limit of sine theta over theta as theta approaches to 0 is 1. And why this cosine, the limit involving cosine is just 0. So to understand, to explain it, we will be finding equivalent function of this, because as we substitute it here, it will be indeterminate. It will be 0 over 0. So we will be finding an equivalent function of this, wherein if you evaluate it, it will not be 0 over 0 indeterminate anymore. So we will have 1 minus cosine of theta over theta, and we will be multiplying something 1 out of it. So we will be using the conjugate of the numerator, 1 plus cosine of theta over 1 plus cosine of theta. And if you simplify it, it will be just the difference between two squares. It will be 1 minus cosine squared theta. Cosine 1 minus cosine squared theta over theta times 1 plus cosine theta. Then after that, theta, this is theta. We all know from the trigonometric identity, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. If you transfer cosine squared, so it is the result. So you will only have, it is just equal to sine squared. So it is just sine squared theta all over theta times 1 plus cosine squared theta. And then the numerator can be separated into 2. You can factor out into 2. So it is just sine theta over theta. The other one is sine theta over this one, 1, no, it is not squared, it is just cosine, 1 plus cosine theta. Okay, so this is just equivalent to this. After that, since they are just equivalent, so you can take now the limit, so we can replace this by its equivalent. Then we all know it can be written as limit of sine theta over theta as theta approaches to 0 times the limit of sine theta over 1 plus cosine theta as theta approaches to 0. And in the previous video that we have, we presented that this is just equal to 1. So it is just 1. So it will be something like 1 times any number is the same with that number. So you will now have this one. And we can now easily evaluate it in the numerator and denominator by substituting it. So sine of 0 over 1 plus cosine of 0. Since our angle is 0, 0 is somewhere here in our unit circle, and that is the point 1, 0. So the sine of 0 is 0, because sine is for y value, so it is just 0, and it is 1 plus cosine of 0 is 1. So it is 1 over 0 over 2, or simply just 0. Therefore the limit of this is 0. End